They say radio is dying. Maybe it is. But in the late 90s, in small-town America, radio was still the heartbeat of lonely nights. I was 19, working the night shift at a tiny AM station off the highway. The pay was garbage, the equipment was falling apart, but I loved it. The silence of the night, the hum of the transmitter, the feeling that someone out there was listening, even if they never called in. But then came the voice, and the night everything went wrong. The station was small, one room for the booth, one for records and tapes, and a break room with a coffee machine that hadn't been cleaned since Reagan was president. My shift was midnight to 6 a.m. No one else around, just me, the old mixing board, and the transmitter tower blinking red in the distance like a heartbeat. It was early October, cold, the kind of night where the air felt heavier. I was halfway through a playlist when the signal glitched. Static crackled over the speakers. I tapped the board, thinking it was interference from a trucker's CB radio. But then I heard it. A whisper. Low, strained, like someone breathing into the mic. Hello? It wasn't on the playlist. It wasn't cued. It wasn't me. We had a call-in line, but it almost never rang. That night, it did. The line buzzed, and when I picked up, I didn't even get a chance to say the station name. A woman's voice whispered, hoarse and broken. "Don't let him in." Then the line went dead. I sat there, phone shaking in my hand. A prank, I told myself. Just a bored listener messing with the night shift kid. I almost believed that until the static returned, and through it, the same whisper. Hello. Every DJ kept a logbook for the shift. Times, songs played, commercials run. While flipping through, I noticed notes from the guy who worked before me, Dan. His handwriting was messy, but one entry stood out, circled twice. 2:13 a.m. Strange signal. Whispers? Check tower. The date was 3 nights earlier. I checked further back. Every entry for the past 2 weeks had some mention. Distorted voice, phantom broadcast, unlisted track. Dan hadn't said anything when I relieved him that night. He just looked pale, muttered, "Good luck," and left. Now I understood why. At 2 a.m., the static grew louder. The voice became clearer. "Let me in." I decided to check the tower. Outside, the cold cut through me instantly. The field stretched black under the blinking red light of the transmitter. The hum of electricity buzzed in the air. At the base of the tower, I saw something strange, a small transistor radio, cracked and rusted, sitting in the grass. Its speaker hissed with static, and from it, "Hello, let me in." I kicked it over, heart pounding. The whisper didn't stop. When I looked back at the booth, I froze. There was a figure in the window, standing where I had been minutes earlier. I ran back. The booth was empty. The chair still swiveled slightly, like someone had just moved from it. The microphone smelled faintly of breath. I sat down, hands trembling, and the logbook fell open again. A page I hadn't noticed before, written in darker ink, shaky letters. "It only gets in if you answer." Answer what? The phone? The whisper? At that moment, the phone rang again. My throat tightened. Against every instinct, I picked it up. Silence. Then, "Thank you." The lights flickered. Static roared through the monitors. And then another voice. Not the whisper this time. A man's voice, deep and smooth like a late-night host. "Good evening, listeners. Tonight's program is special. Tonight, I am here." I scrambled for the controls, trying to cut the feed, but nothing responded. The board was alive under my fingers, sliders moving on their own. The voice continued, filling every corner of the room. So many lonely nights, so many waiting ears. You let me in. Now I'll never leave. The booth window went black. Not dark, black, as if the outside world had been erased. And in the reflection, I saw him. Tall, thin, skin pale as ash, eyes black voids. His mouth stretched too wide when he smiled. He stood behind me. I don't remember leaving the booth. I don't remember running. I remember waking up on the floor of the record room, the speakers still humming. My show was still on air. But it wasn't me talking. It was him. Good evening, dear listeners. Tonight, let's share secrets. Tell me what keeps you awake. Tell me your fears. I'm listening. Calls flooded in. I heard them, dozens of voices, crying, begging, confessing. People I didn't know, some from our town, some from far away. And one by one, the voices cut off mid-scream. When the morning shift guy arrived, I was gone. At least that's the official story. Because the police found the booth locked from the inside, my car still in the lot, my coffee still warm. But no trace of me. The station shut down 2 weeks later. Technical difficulties, they claimed. The building sits abandoned now, windows boarded, the tower rusting away. But sometimes, late at night, if you tune your dial just right, you can hear it. Not music, not commercials, just a voice, smooth, deep. Good evening, listeners. I'm still here, waiting. I'm writing this from nowhere. I don't know where I am, only that it isn't the world I left. It's static and shadows, endless hum and whispers that never stop. And he's here too, always behind me, always smiling. The only thing I know for sure is this: radio isn't dead. It's alive, and it's hungry.